Hey everybody, Too Short Tuesday with Taylor and Karen. Of course, Taylor. And my little sidekick down there, he's got a raw, hey, what are you doing? He's got a rawhide stick, and he does not want to be in this room at all. When he gets a rawhide stick, he wants to run off and hide somewhere with it because he thinks we're going to take it away. But truth of the matter is, I'm not letting him out of this room because I'm the only one home, and I want to watch over him to make sure he doesn't choke on it. And I'm not going to take it away from him. Anywho, the question that Karen and I are going to cover today has been covered already this week, but I felt it imperative that I cover it again because I say it all the time. Someone, I believe, Tom Axe, I don't remember the rest of his title of his name, but he had asked if the term once an anorexic, always an anorexic was a cop-out to stay sick. And I'm going to tell you how it is for me. I use that term all the time. It felt like when he asked that question, he was asking it of me because I use that term. And the thing about that term is I don't use it as a cop-out. For me, it's more along the lines of a statement I use telling people with anorexia that are in recovery to watch their back. It means don't ever get so secure in your health that you forget that it could be lurking. And it's almost like a statement that you'd say for an alcoholic, telling them not to pick up one more drink, because that one will be the death of them. Well, it's the same thing for anorexics. What that means for an anorexic is do not ever think you are secure enough to go on a diet or to start counting calories really again. You know and you learn through getting better what healthy foods are, and just stick to the healthy foods. You don't need to start sitting there writing down every calorie again, because if you do that, then you're going to fall right off again and go back into your obsessions. Don't fool me. I mean, don't even fool me to say that, I'm speaking for me here, but I think that almost all people that I know who have an eating disorder will be in recovery for the rest of their life. I mean, don't fool me and say you're better. That you're completely better, and you're never going to have any kind of issues with it ever again. And what I'm about to say is extremely triggering, so for those of you still in recovery, go ahead and turn it off. Dude's enjoying that thing over there. Turn it off. Do not watch what I'm fixing to say because it's going to be triggering, okay? Alright, I give you a chance. This is what I'm going to say. For those of you who think you're all better, you must be watching this because you feel like you're all better enough to where you can watch this and not be triggered. I want you to go look in the mirror and tell me that you don't find any problem areas. Okay, after having done, hit pause and go do that. Oh, you back? Okay. Now that you found no problem areas and you're like, I'm happy with my body, let me say this to you. If your mom or your dad or someone that you love, your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, came up to you and said, you know what, I hate to say this, but it looks like you're putting on a few pounds lately. Have you been putting on a few pounds lately? If that didn't just bother you, you maybe are cured. Now, here's the last test. Someone came up to you and said, hey, fat ass, or hey, if you're a female, this is for females, when are you expecting? When is the bundle of joy about to arrive and you're not pregnant? Tell me, those things don't bother you. If those things don't bother you, none of the above of what I just said, then you are absolutely healed. You're healed. And if any of those things I just said would make you cringe if it happened to you, then you're still in recovery and you still should watch your back. And that's what I mean when I say once an anorexic, always an anorexic. It's not an excuse to continue the behavior of starving yourself. It's what it is it's a saying that I use to say, I can't ever go on a diet. I can't ever start counting calories and writing things down again as far as this piece of toast has 100 calories in it and the pat of butter has, such and such amount of saturated fats and cholesterol and all that horse shit. No, I can't. I can't start doing that, because if I do, I'm going to fall backwards. I cannot start weighing myself even once a week, because if I weigh myself once a week, it's going to go to 3 times a week, and then it's going to go to every day, and then it's going to go to, 2 times a day. And that's what I mean when I say once an anorexic, always anorexic. I mean to watch your back. I personally, in my own experience, do not know anyone who has healed 100% to the point where they can hear people say, wow, you look healthy, you look like you put on a few pounds. I don't know anyone. If you can say it'd be okay with you, if you're watching this and you have an eating disorder and someone comes up to you and says, hey, you look like you put on a few pounds, and you're okay with that, then something makes me wonder if you were ever really sick to begin with. Because I don't know anybody with an eating disorder who can have someone come up to him and say, wow, you look like you put on a few pounds, and don't go look at themselves a little bit differently in the mirror. I don't. They may be able to stop the behaviors before they start. They may be able to stop, the obsessing, and they may be able to stop the trying to diet, but that to me just says that they're in recovery and they're doing a great job of it. That to me does not say that they're cured. That means that they're continuing to stay healthy and put themselves in a spot where they can do what they need to do to not fall back into the behaviors. And that, to me, my friends, is awesome, because I've been in recovery and I've been at a healthy weight for a couple of years now. But if someone came up to me and said, Taylor, you look like you put on a few pounds, that would fuck my world. Not to, use curse words like that, but those are the first words I've got a passion when it comes to this, and those are the first words that came to mind, and I am sorry if I offend. I know my mother's watching this, and she's going to yell at me for using the F word. Sorry, Mom, love you, but that's just the way it is. If I went somewhere, the last time I saw them, I was super duper duper skinny, and I went to see them, I would have to prepare myself, okay, I haven't seen these people in a few years, they're going to notice that I've gained weight. I got to get myself prepared for that, because people they don't know that they're hurting, your feelings, or they don't know they're messing up your recovery when they say, oh, you look so great, you look healthy. Those words, healthy, translate into someone with an eating disorder's mind as fat. It's just the way it is. Your choice is the way that you interpret them and the way that you react to it. And that's why I say once an anorexic, always an anorexic. To me, it just means you need to keep on your game, keep fighting, keep recovery going, and never, never, never assume that you've got it beat. Don't get so dang full of yourself that you think you've got it beat, because this is a lifelong thing, just like with alcoholism or drug addiction. And the sad thing is, with alcohol and drugs, you can abstain. You can stop doing them. But with food problems, with eating disorders, we have to eat. Every day we have to pick that up and eat it. We have to put it in our mouth, or we'll die. So, it's scary. We can't just... So basically that's what I'm saying. You got to learn how to eat right. You got to learn how to take care of yourself. You got to learn how, when there's a trigger in the way, and I threw those triggers in on purpose, and I gave you a chance to turn it off. So if you didn't and you're triggered, not my fault. Not my fault. My point was, I'm telling you that is what you got to do. Be on your game all the time and take care of yourself. And that was the only reason I use that saying. Not to stay sick, not to give it an excuse to stay sick. It's just so that you can know that never to get cocky, never to think you've beaten it, because you haven't. It's a lifelong thing, and you got to keep on fighting. And I, for one, am happier at a normal weight, healthy weight, but I don't like people coming up and telling me, hey, you look healthy, hey, you put on a few pounds. No, that's not a good thing for me. But if they do, you can't control what other people say. If they do, then I just keep on, the way I react to it, that is my choice. And I will choose to stay in recovery. That's all I can do. And anyway, that's all I had to say. I seemed a little bit upset, didn't I? I'm not upset. just passionate about that. And Dew has no eating problems whatsoever. Say bye-bye to everybody. Yeah, he's scared. He thinks I'm going to take it. Say bye-bye.